So today we have two great guests on the show. We have Joe Naccarello, who's a Senior Vice President of Channel Sales and General Manager of DX at Nortek Air Solutions, North America's largest custom air handling unit manufacturer. How are you today, Joe?
Doing great. Thanks, Tony.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Also joining us is Mark Murray, President of Insight Partners, an HVAC rep firm in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and also the place that I work. And Mark, how are you today?
Tony, fantastic. Just thankful to be on your show, and certainly no better guest to have on than Joe to kind of dig into the art of custom air handling units.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm super excited to get started on this. And really, it's not a subject we've covered a lot on the podcast. So I think we need to do more of these. I think there's a lot of questions out here. And, in terms of, those listening, we typically have mechanical engineers, mechanical contractors, service techs listening. So I tried to devise the question in a way that would bring value to them to learn more about custom air handling units, how to specify them, how not to overspecify, what applications to use them in and whatnot. So you guys, if you see a way we need to go on the podcast, I'm going to ask these questions, but please chime in if anything comes to mind that would be of value to our listeners. So, okay, let's get started with the basics. So Joe, question for you. What is a custom air handling unit? For those who don't know, I've been around a while and I still have trouble defining what a custom one is. So give us the layout of that for us and our listeners.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. First of all, custom unit, I would define it by 4 criterias. Number 1 is around performance. 2 is dimensions. 3 is material choices. And 4 is life expectancy. So we could drill into all those 4 criterias, but in terms of performance, it's being able to perform at high static and low leakage. So being able to go beyond the operating pressure and demonstrate that the unit is able to contain the pressure. It could be acoustical. So being able to deliver the desired CFM and static and meet certain acoustical criteria for sound sensitive applications. Or it could be in terms of certification, seismic, or also hurricane rating. So that's on the performance side. On the dimension side, it could be size from being extremely small to being extremely big. And I'm being big is over 100,000 CFM to having complex tunnels, multiple tunnels, double wide, triple wide, double stacked, triple stacked, L-shaped, U-shaped, and plan U elevation, as well as a combination of everything I just mentioned. So it could be double wide and double high with a center vestibule as an example. So we talked about performance, dimensions. In terms of material choice is a function of the application. It could be an all aluminum unit for a unit weight. It could be stainless steel for corrosive environments, and et cetera, depending on the end customer's desire for their applications. And then life expectancy is the last criteria I mentioned earlier. So life expectancy, what I mean is the life expectancy of a custom unit is expected to last twice as much as a commercial grade unit. So instead of having a 10 or 15-year life expectancy, you would get 20 or 30 years. And these 20 or 30 years are units that are designed for the specific customer's end needs. So we're not trying to fit a standard unit into an application. We actually look at what the end customer needs, and then we design the unit, and it gives them 2x life expectancy. So a lower total cost of ownership for the end customer. So that's how I would define it. And then in terms of categorize it, I would categorize it in 3 groups. Semi-custom is just entering custom, which has a few of these criterias. To a custom has a several or a lot, like I mentioned earlier, double wide and double stacked with a center vestibule and with special criteria is required. And then true custom or high-end custom is where you have truly high temperatures or a nuclear rating or something that you don't see every day as special requirements such as electrical or beyond your IBC seismic certification.
Wow, that was a great rundown, and you just gave us our next LinkedIn post for sure. the four criteria and then the 3 groups. I love that. That was really, really good. And for those listening, we'll put that in the show notes too, because that was a really good. I think I would, if I was a sales guy still, I'd print that out, or I might even do that and have that on my desk or in my secret folder there. But great stuff.